Morning, guys. Hopefully this is working today. Let's get my headphones on. Okay, this is a nice little game called Street Heat that a friend of mine gave me a beta key for. It's a little driving game, basically. Nothing complicated. I thought I'd give you guys just a half-hour session of this morning. Lovely little retro game. Oh, god damn it. Right. Dear guys, dear developers of Street Heat, we need skid marks. Obviously, tyre skid marks. For anyone who might think this game looks familiar, years and years and years ago, in the old PC days, back when it was a competition between PCs and Amigas and STs and shit, there was a lovely little game called Slicks and Slide, which this game is almost a perfect, not duplicate of, because obviously Slicks and Slides ran on 286 when I was playing it. But it was a wonderful little driving game with nice drift physics, and this is just so perfectly a recreation of it with all the added benefits of being developed in, I don't know, 30 years later. Did I win? Yay, I won. Did I win? Oh no, last lap. Last lap? Maybe. My problem with these kinds of games is I always lose track of where the fuck I am. Oh, what? What happened there? How come I came last? Did I miss a fucking lap? Oh, fuck you and all. Bollocks. There's me thinking of one. Like I say, it's easy to lose track of who you are, where you are. Oh, better luck next time. Anyone who wants to know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm talking about Slicks and Slide, just go on YouTube. There's plenty of videos from Amiga and PC ports of the game. It led to a long conversation about retro games, things like Super Off-Road and the other Codemasters biking games, BMX games and so on that used to be the pocket money games of back when I was a lad. I don't think I ever was a lad. I think I was born 40. If you get a chance to play this game, it's just a nice little simple game. The online bit is a little bit snaggy. I've played it with Rasher off Game Grain, but it's a little bit fiddly to set up. Hopefully, it's going to be something they improve on. It is being updated as well. I mean, it's still in early access on Steam, but it is being updated. The last update actually came only like a day or two ago. They put some new tracks in. One little thing at the top, there's what looks like a bridge. They originally had before I installed it. They originally had the bridges opening, so you could do some jumps, and they've since removed that. I'm not quite sure why. I might have to hunt through the blog on Steam to find out why they did that. One other thing, I mean, this game is written in Unity, and as we can see from this shot here, you can see a wonderful 3D perspective of the map. And I'm hoping this is something they might think about later, is to give some different views of the map when you're actually racing, that actually takes advantage of the 3D perspectives that are available, rather than just having the top down. Because it could give you some interesting variations on the theme, I suppose. There's some theoretical game car customization that's available, but I haven't yet really worked out how to do it. The controller options from the main menu suggest that it's something to do with the D-pad, but I'm not quite sure when you actually get to use it. Because it doesn't appear to be when you're waiting to start. It doesn't appear to be in-game. It doesn't appear to be in the main menu either. So again, something I'm hoping they improve on. Because it is just a nice little game. I like this. The controls are easy. I'm using the controller at the moment, obviously. It's dead easy. There's nothing really hard about this. Sometimes you can get a bit lost, and God help you if you drive off the edge of the actual map, because that's just a permanent death until the next race. Which again might be a bit sucky, because I'm sure I've seen one of the AI cars blow themselves up and then respawn. But yeah, hey ho. One thing that I did notice quite a lot of is that all the menus seem to be optimized for consoles. So I don't know whether the plan is that this is going to be ported onto Xbox or something like that at the end of it. See, in the pre-race shot, you get a shot of the open bridge with the jump, and in game you don't get the jump. But yeah, we need skid marks. It's not fun without the skid marks. Oh fuck! Yeah, and that's your permadeath until the end of the race. Because now it's just the AIs, and that's a bit poo. Anyway, it's the AIs. I mean, come on. Because now I just have to twiddle my thumbs. That's no fun. Yeah, see over here on the left, car and paint job select, track voting. But it's the car and paint job select. I don't know when that actually happened. Maybe I'll have to try it when I'm in the main menu or in the game setup. Hold on. When you bastards finish this. See, some maps it's really hard to get off the track because there's lots of buildings and stuff in the way. And on some tracks it's quite easy because there's not a lot in the way between the track and the empty void of the abyss. You look at that top left corner, the track's virtually on the edge of the map. That's a bit wank. But it is without respawn. Feels like there should be a respawn function. Oh, I'm still in the lead. Just. the AI's like that race, apparently. Oh, bite me, false start. What's also nice, interesting about some of these checkpoints is that you can go through them any direction you want, as long as you go through them in the right order. That means some of these roundabout loops and so on, you can go whichever way you want around that particular bit of the track, as long as you go through the checkpoint. And oddly enough, in this case, it's actually better to go around this way because you get a better approach to that turn. But yeah, it's just interesting, in a kind of not very kind of way. Oh fuck! Yes, I haven't seen the trains yet. I mean, this track doesn't have a bit of train line on it, but there's some railway tracks for some of the races, and there is apparently a train that will come around at random points and don't hit the train. Okay, don't get hit by the train. At least I'm in the lead this time, and I've actually remembered where I am. See, you start off with this slightly boring yellow car, and I really, really, really want to customise it. Oh shit. Yes, there are some tracks where you end up driving against the, not just across the flow, but actually against the flow, which could result in some marvellous accidents. Certainly more fun when you've got other players, and certainly if I can, I'm going to try and get some 4-player games of this on the go if I can find enough of my colleagues that are willing to shell out for this little one. Oh, another race to go. It all seems to be done in this sort of... oh, no, I got to the end. I mean, that's the end of the tourney. Yay! I won. Even though I didn't actually finish one of the races at all. Nothing to be said for that. I've got a mate. Fiddle with... Oh. Ah! Right. There we go. So it's the D-pad when you're in the setup section. It means that I've still got the same bloody car, but I have at least got a different paint job. That's not bad. I can live with that. I'm assuming that once I've hit another level, hopefully level 2, I'm not that far away from, I might get access to a different car, or it might just be another paint job. Because there are most definitely different kinds of cars in this. That looks like a Humvee, and it, to be all intents and purposes, is a bloody Humvee, and it's bloody heavy, and if you get hit by it, you'll get shafted. So clearly the other types of vehicle in the game do have some properties which affect the overall feel of the game, and would affect the, well, affect the results, let's be honest. Although that Humvee looks as if it's as fast as the one of the other cars, so if it gets the extra mass, hopefully either some other handling metric is modified. So maybe it's heavier, but it steers like a pig. One would hope, anyway. I don't think it's very fair to get the extra mass and then have no other downside unless it's something that you get at a higher level. In which case, the balancing the AIs against normal drivers, given that I'm a level 1, could be something to improve on, maybe. But that's just a random thought. See, given the sort of 3D nature of the map and what I suggested earlier about sort of different perspectives, there's so much scope for doing cool shit with this game. You know, different cameras, and I dare say, you know, like any driving game like this, there's huge amount of scope for doing power-ups, for doing other kind of events or environmental effects during the game, water, oil. Suppose you could, I don't know, it's, if you go way back to the days of the upward scrolling Spy Hunter, maybe you could have guns. Let's do a bit of GTA style-y on this game. Oil slicks, smoke. That's that, you know. I mean, this is just spitballing. There's all sorts of shit you could do with a game like this. Once you've got the basic engine down, which they have. I mean, I like to I do think this is a. Once you get to the actual driving bit, the actual race itself, apart from some of the other effects like, oh, there's a train. Yeah, once you've got things sorted like the respawns and everything else, the actual physics are spot on. You know, I love this little drifty little car. So once you've got the basic engine done, which they have, you know, you could do all sorts. So I do really hope that they come up with some other stuff. Given they're updating on a regular basis, I like to think that it's it is an ongoing project and that they have some of these things in mind. Yeah, and I might have a dig through the Steam blog against the game, the news items, see if they've ever put forward a sort of development plan. See, that looks like oil, so it might be I've just never noticed this. Oh shit! Okay, so I'm blown up. What happens now? Because I'm sure I've seen that, and the AI drivers get to respawn. No, I'm fucked. Oh, well, fuck you and all. Well, that sucks cock. Not particularly easy to avoid, I think, that train. In theory, there's a brake. I haven't used it so far. Oh, well, yeah, okay, there you go. Oh, one survived. Not quite sure how. Get in, the Humvee's still going. Bastard. Okay, so the train sucks. I know. Thank you for telling me. Fucking duh. Apparently they put some new maps in a couple of days ago in one of the updates. I haven't seen any of them come up on the voting screens yet. Oh, fuck off, false start. Everyone got false start. Brilliant. Yeah. I like the fact that there's destructible scenery. Oh, fuck off. So this is why you need a respawn option. Was that on the second lap? You see that right hand corner on the right hand side of the screen, you know, buildings, loads of stuff, can't come off. I guess that's the point, isn't it? You know, you've got the got some turns you need to pay attention to, some turns you don't have to pay attention to. Apparently, That was one of the things I should have been paying attention to. Don't think I'm this. He's not to pull my finger out. See, that one is one you're definitely going to be racing against the flow if you're in the lead, or even if you're not in the lead. So you can go anywhere you want down the roundabout, but those guys are going the other way around. Helpful. Yes. Right, so that definitely does seem to have an effect like oil, so pay attention to those. God, yeah, I've only just realised that that sort of long turn. There's no protection if you go off, get bounced off by another player. Yeah, you're going. Yeah, the more I play it, the more little details you notice, and the more you realise about the game. Oh shit! Woohoo! Well, let them lead here. The, See, this is another thing that reminds me of Slicks and Slides. When I used to play that years ago, you used to suddenly find that randomly in some race, the AI players would suddenly just be so much better than you, and you'd be absolutely screwed. And then some games they'd be absolutely cack. Ah, screw you guys. Bastard. The fact that there's a boo, you suck. On this one. Oh, maybe I have. I mean, maybe they're going for the sort of whole Miami Hotline kind of, the neon, the palm trees, that sort of feel. Maybe down the line, it might be nice if there's sort of other types of background, other types of environment. I mean, again, it's a 3D engine. They've got humps, they've got bridges, and so on. You could have berms, angled turns like they did back in some of the Codemasters games. Could have, I don't know, a bit more of a New York cityscape, something like that. Lots of skyscrapers, although you have to balance that out with visibility of the track. Although, as some you might have seen if I went under any bridges in the last few races, you get to see yourself through the bridge. So, again, options. You just think shit. What a shock. Anyone watching today, so watches this, it's only going to be our rerun. Oh no, don't get it. AI beats me. Way back again in the midst of time in Slicks and Slides, there was a track builder. Maybe that's asking a lot for a game like this, given the detail that goes into these maps, way above and beyond what Slicks and Slides had. I think Slicks and Slides, if I remember, was almost like just editing an image, and I think it was like the black was the road, and that the game worked it out from the colours. I can't remember. But back then you could set up a tournament was the specific tracks that you picked. So again, maybe there'll be some sort of tourney designer for the online gaming where you can set up a certain track list. Again, this is all ideas. Hey, if you guys sort of ever actually watch this shit, those developer type people, I am just a random muppet talking shit, so no need to actually take anything I say seriously. Yay! I won! Have I gone up a level? What do I get for being a new level? There's that level in the top corner. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, I'm a new level. What did I get? Did I get any of this? I don't even know if the audio is working today. Yep, same car. And no bump. Okay. Well, that's just a couple of quick little rounds. I thought I'd try this instead of Sleeping Dogs, which is what I did yesterday. Yes, anyone who tried to listen to yesterday's cast, yeah, it was shit because I got all the audio fucked up, but got my little headphones on today and no speaker, and I fixed all the audio inputs. So if there's actually any audio being recorded at all today, hey. So call it a day there. And later, guys. See you tomorrow.